April 20th, 1933. The world was watching as Adolf Hitler celebrated his rise to power. But on that same day, behind the walls of his Bavarian residence, an unexpected and deeply ironic story began to unfold. A story of innocence, contradiction, and the strange bond between a dictator and a young girl, who was part Jewish. Hitler had just been appointed Chancellor of Germany, and as was his custom, he emerged from his mountain retreat to greet adoring supporters. Among them was a 6-year-old girl named Bernile Nienau. It was her birthday, and it was also Hitler's. Charmed by the coincidence and the child's bright smile, Hitler invited Bernile and her mother into his home. Heinrich Hoffmann, Hitler's personal photographer, captured the moment, and soon the world saw images of the dictator affectionately referred to as the Führer's child. But beneath the surface lay a dark secret that could have destroyed this peculiar friendship. Bernile's grandmother was Jewish. Under the Nazi racial laws introduced in 1935, this made Bernile and her mother racially impure. Yet, despite knowing this, Hitler maintained his bond with the little girl. Historians have puzzled over this anomaly for decades. Why would the leader of a regime built on anti-Semitism choose to associate with someone who defied his ideology? Some believe Hitler's relationship with Bernile was a calculated move to humanize his image for propaganda. Others suggest it was a rare glimpse of genuine affection from a man often described as cold and ruthless. Bernile wrote at least 17 letters to Hitler's staff between 1935 and 1939, expressing her admiration and longing for his friendship. But as the Nazi regime tightened its grip on racial policies, this bond became a dangerous liability. By 1938, Hitler's inner circle, particularly his private secretary Martin Bormann, took drastic steps to sever the relationship. Public images of Hitler and Bernile were quietly withdrawn, and her visits to Hitler's home were forbidden. Yet even then, Hitler reportedly lamented the loss, accusing his advisors of ruining his little pleasures. The end of their friendship was not the end of Bernile's story. She lived through the horrors of the Third Reich, but tragically, her life was cut short in 1943 when she died of polio at just 17 years old. Her story serves as a haunting paradox, a dictator who championed racial purity but cherished the company of a girl whose very existence defied his twisted ideology. In the shadows of history, even the most monstrous figures have moments that defy explanation. Was this a rare flicker of humanity or a calculated facade? Bernile Nienau's story remains one of the most perplexing and poignant chapters of the Nazi era. If you found this story compelling, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Join us as we uncover more hidden tales from history.